Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick video here. I know that a lot of people are really stressed out and anxious right now with this whole CV thing going on. So I mentioned this in the last interview that I did with my friend Missy, but it's pretty long, so you kind of want to get cut to the chase of what to do with anxiety and stress. I just want to do a real quick video here. So the first thing is to change your eating habits, and what do I mean by that? I mean staying away from sugar, starches, uh, flour, anything like that. So any type of simple carbs you want to stay away from because that keeps you in that vicious cycle of your sympathetic nervous system, the fight flight response, the increase of cortisol, and it really messes up your neurotransmitters. So you're just going to keep being anxious with eating more and more carbs. So what do you eat instead? Well, you eat complex carbs, so fruits, vegetables, as well as healthy oils like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, almond oil, macadamia oil, and palm fruit oil, not palm kernel oil, palm fruit oil. So a lot of products say they have palm oil, but normally that's palm kernel oil, so that's not a good oil. If it says palm fruit oil, which is very rare because it's very expensive, but if it does say that, that's a healthy oil. You want to stay away from canola oil. You want to stay away from cottonseed oil, and you want to stay away from soybean oil. You want to stay away from corn oil. You want to stay away from peanut oil. So, and even the healthy oils, you only want to eat when they're raw. So you don't want to get snacks, for example, nuts that are oil roasted, because the oil is still, or any chips or anything like that, because the oil is still cooked. And no matter what kind of oil it is, once it gets cooked, it gets rancid, and then it affects the cells. It oxidizes them, ages them faster. So you want to stick with the healthy oils. You want to stick with those healthy oils being raw as well. So another thing is protein. You want to get enough protein, and you can get it from multiple sources. Of course, I do not advocate animal protein. I do not advocate eating anything that walks. I do not eat anything that walks. Other types of animal protein, if eggs are organic, pasture raised, and grass fed, I think that's okay. I think fish is okay as long as you know the source, no mercury, no PCBs, anything like that, because the omega 3s in there. Again, watch out with the cooking, with the frying too much though, because that creates rancidity in the oil. So look out for that. But yeah, nuts, seeds, you can snack on if they're raw or dry roasted. I kind of combine between the two, and then you want to do your protein, and normally that is going to want to be vegetable protein, with the exceptions of what I just said with animal sources. So vegetable protein, even if you have to get a good vegan protein powder, something like that, to to get that extra protein, you do need it. You want to get, if you're not heavily working out, you want to get about a third in grams of your body weight. So let's say, you weigh 150 pounds. If you're not heavily working out, you want to go for about 50 grams of protein. If you are heavily working out, that's when you want to get closer to that, half in grams in body weight. So if you're heavily working out, whether it's aerobic or anaerobic, if you're 150 pounds, you want to try to get up to that 75-gram range. But don't go over that. That's going to hurt your kidneys. So do not go over that amount under any circumstances. Even if you're a bodybuilder, if you get the right source of protein, if you get the protein that assimilates really well, which I can talk to you individually about a little bit more about what proteins those are, you still do not need any more than half of your grams in body weight, even in that case. And like I said, if you don't heavily work out, all you need is a third of your grams in body weight. So there's a lot of people that eat way too much protein, especially from meat, which will just store if you don't break it down, and then it'll hurt your kidneys. It'll create too much uric acid. It'll create too much acidity in general, and it'll affect the kidneys that are trying to filter all that out. So that's a quick video on that. And then as far as supplements, if you want something that really, really works well and really, really works fast for anxiety, for stress, that's going to help raise your GABA levels in the brain, which is responsible for calming you down and getting that parasympathetic nervous system kicking in. You want to get something called Pharma GABA, Pharma, Pharma GABA. That is the only type that's been clinically proven to cross the blood-brain barrier. If you just go get a regular GABA, it's not going to do much for you because it's not going to cross that blood-brain barrier. So it's got to be Pharma GABA, and that is a lot more expensive, but it's worth it. You can use it acutely. You can use it, and you'll feel it kick in about 45 minutes. So 200 milligrams to 250 milligrams. Up to 3 times a day. So normally I suggest 1 in the morning, once in the afternoon if your anxiety is really bad during the day, and maybe into the evening. If you also have trouble sleeping, you can add another 200 to 250 milligrams at night. So that would be your 3rd time a day. If you don't have trouble sleeping, then you don't need it at night, but just take it during the day. The 200 to 250 once in the morning, and the same repeat in the afternoon about 8 hours later. So if you want something a little bit less expensive, that's going to also help with anxiety and increasing those GABA levels in the brain, that's when you want to get lemon balm. Lemon balm is a really good herb for that. And that is a lot less expensive than the Pharma GABA. Now that's going to take longer to work. That's going to take about a week before you see anything kick in, before you feel anything. So be a little patient with it. It's going to take about a week to work. So with lemon balm, do between 300 to 500 milligrams 3 times a day. 300 to 500 milligrams 3 times a day. With lemon balm, you do want to cycle it because it is affecting other neurotransmitters and you don't want to throw them off balance. So you want to do 3 weeks on, 1 week off on the lemon balm. But once that kicks in, it's going to help as well with GABA. It's it's going to help with the anxiety, and it doesn't help as much as the Pharma GABA. Pharma GABA is like boom, I feel a huge difference. Lemon balm is a little more subtle, but you will still feel a difference. So any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. My website is going to be in the link down below, and my phone number and email is on my website, and I will see you in the next video.